I just got a chance to shake Ryan Murphy's hand, and I guess this is your first interview as an Emmy winner for your work on The Normal Heart. And gosh, what an evening it's been for you guys. What a ride, I guess, from start to finish, getting this story told where audiences can see it around the world.
Yeah, I mean, it's so great. The great thing was to be able to go up on stage and dedicate the award to, you know, the people that meant a lot to me that have died of HIV/AIDS, and get young people involved in becoming young Larry Kramers and finding crusades. It was lovely.
An evening like tonight, when you start this kind of a journey, you know, you obviously don't start this kind of work so that you win the awards, but the award is a nice validation, I think, for both the work that you've done and the impact it had on audiences. Which aspect of that recognition is most important to you?
The audience. I mean, just the fact that, you know, so many young people, I think, did not know about what happened with the beginning of HIV in our country in the early 80s. And, you know, now with social media, they immediately write you to tell you their thoughts. And that meant a lot to me, that our artistry got to inform people about the loss and the pain and the prejudice and what really happened.
Well, as someone who grew up in the 80s, it doesn't seem like it was that long ago.
Who, you or me?
No, me.
How old are you? You look 35.
38.
Okay.
I appreciate it. That's very kind of you, by the way. You mentioned social media. I want to segue for a second. We have some tweets that we're paying attention to tonight. This one comes from Gian Gomeshi. I'm sorry if I've mispronounced your name, but he says, "Thank you, Ryan Murphy, for the poignant words on HIV/AIDS awareness. Gratifying to see The Normal Heart win this Larry Kramer Emmys." It's an instant reaction, an instant validation, I imagine, as well tonight.
Well, I mean, I said that for young people like him, you know, because the world is, you know, needs people like Larry. We need crusaders, and so I wanted to use my time to get people motivated and excited about giving back.
Well, I know it was a long process getting it to the stage and getting to tonight as well. Congratulations on the recognition. You've got a whole team of folks here with you. We'll see if we can chat to some more of the folks. Thank you for your time, Ryan. I really appreciate it. Yeah. Hi, guys. We've got a whole group of folks here. I'm going to be busy working the microphone.
Yes.
We are Backstage
Streaming?
Live right now, streaming at Emmys.com and elsewhere on the web. And I was just talking to Ryan about, as someone who grew up in the 80s and remembered when stories about HIV/AIDS came on scene, and it's been fascinating to follow that story today, and then to see your story played out on screen and then recognized tonight. It's got to be comforting to hear The Normal Heart's name called.
It is, yes. It's nice to get the recognition after a film that Larry's waited 30 years to see made. So it was very heartwarming to feel the recognition.
You mentioned 30 years. What was the most difficult aspect of getting this story on screen?
The most difficult aspect is probably that it's very, very dark and would be considered very not commercial material. And HBO and Ryan and everyone else was brave enough to pursue it and get the the financing we needed to get it made.
Mark Ruffalo just snuck in behind me here, and obviously you're part of a large ensemble cast in this film.
Producer.
It's as an audience member, seeing a cast like this, I think, is a testament to how important people felt like it was to tell this story. That's got to be one of the things that drew you to this project.
Yeah, it's an important part of American history, modern American history, that really needed to be retold or set straight. And from the outpouring of the response that I was on the receiving end in the social media world, I've never been part of anything that had touched so many people's lives and meant so much to so many people. Ultimately, this is an honor. I see it as a rightful honoring of millions of people who lost their lives to AIDS, the millions of people who lost their loved ones and are still grieving, and those really brave men and women who fought a particularly cruel and banal time in American history. And the fact that this one is a great honor to that legacy.
I know you guys need to go in a second, but we did talk about how long it took to get the show on screen. What made this year, 2014, a especially good time for people to see this story?
Well, the great anecdotal story is when we were shooting one of the scenes, it was the very day that DOMA fell, and the Supreme Court killed DOMA. And Larry was there. It was the Gay Men's New York Choir was there, and it was a very graceful moment for us. What these people who fought so hard for so long have finally been vindicated over.
Yeah.
And here we are. You know, gay marriage is becoming widely accepted throughout the United States, and rightfully so.
Well, I imagine that was an emotional day, an emotional story, and it's got to be an emotional night for you guys as well. I hope you enjoy every minute. Well deserved.
Thank you.
Congratulations to all of you. Thank you for hanging out with us.